Welcome to the show. We are into week 11. We've got 11, 12, 13, 14, few weeks left, really. And that
Four basically
is
for the
it.
playoffs.
4 weeks and then the playoffs. Um, but yeah, I mean, most of my squads are looking good right now. I don't have much not going well, at least redraft wise. But what's up, Hammer?
Yeah, man, I'm actually quite the opposite. Redraft, I'm just getting bamboozled week after week on some BS. Jordan Love was absolutely god awful. I only needed an average performance for him to win. That did not happen. Dynasty, I'm pretty safely in the playoffs in both of our subscriber leagues. And our sub league too. My team is just awesome. So hopefully looking forward to a couple of championship type runs. But yeah, man, everything is good. I don't know what to do with the Packers. I don't know what to do with the Packers. I almost lost my mind on Monday night. But interestingly enough, I am going to MetLife this Sunday to watch my Packers go play the Giants. Shout out to the wife for getting me tickets.
Nice. 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 Um, Jonathan Taylor, I know we were on last week when it was
Oh
happening, but
God.
just won people weeks early before games even started.
Yeah, he's been awesome. He actually got traded a few hours ago in one of our redraft home leagues. You could throw that out there and see what people think.
Yeah, that was what was the trade again? It was
Bijan and Pickens.
Jonathan Taylor and Debo
Hmm.
for Bijan and Pickens
And
trade that
Bijan
went
has not
down.
been good the last couple of weeks.
Hasn't been good the last couple weeks. But JT's been a beast. And then you've got Pickens and Debo. Yeah, I'd rather have Pickens over Debo, but
At what
just feel like
cost?
there's other guys. Yeah, right. There's other guys that you can play. Like, I just rather have JT take that production and then take my shot at, somebody else at the wide
Absolutely.
receiver position than, try and go Bijan, especially with like CD back. Like, I don't know, it's a tough one. So
Party.
I did like the JT side better, but understandable considering I guess you can say the circumstances on the Bijan side where, kind of did need another wide receiver to plug in. So, this is understandable.
And Bijan always has that breakout running back 1 week. You got to
Mm.
imagine he's good enough. But I will say the concerning part for Bijan is your boy Tyler Algier has more rushing touchdowns this season than Bijan, and we're into week 11, so that's a very alarming stat. If you're a Bijan owner, which I happen to be in Dynasty nonetheless, so you don't like to see by week after 10 weeks, Tyler Algier having more rushing touchdowns than Bijan Robinson. So that is a little bit of a concern of mine where he's ceding some of that goal line work to Tyler Algier. But Bijan is still Bijan. He's going to be a top 5 guy at the position on a per week basis. So not a bad overall trade. I'd still rather have the JT side, just the way he's rolling. That Colts offense is really good, and he's going to be essentially the RB1 for the rest of the season.
I agree. Marty, what up, Marty? What's up, brother? Diaz in the building. What's
Diaz in
good,
the
Diaz?
house.
What is up?
We do have some confirmed injury news already.
We do.
Ramondre out again. So you
Mm-hmm.
fire up Travion Henderson like you've been
Fire up,
waiting
Hendy.
for. Garrett Wilson out
Yep.
already. Tomorrow they're actually taking on the Patriots. We just mentioned Travion. So Garrett Wilson out. CJ Stroud still experiencing concussion symptoms. So it looks like Davis Mills is going to get another crack at the quarterback spot this week. Marvin Harrison Jr. had
Mm-hmm.
surgery for appendicitis. So Marvin Harrison Jr. out this week as well.
Yeah, I
Jackson
saw that.
Dart out. Looks
Yep.
like Jameis win. I'll be able to see Jameis throw hopefully a couple of interceptions to my Packers this weekend.
I saw something that said that Dart has been evaluated for 4 concussions already.
I don't yeah, evaluated, yes, because he's been in that blue tent 4 times since the
Right,
preseason, so
right.
not a good look. The Giants fired their head coach,
Mhm.
and Jackson Dart will be out this week, so it will be Jameis. J.K. Dobbins going on IR, so RJ Harvey managers get excited.
Yes. Yes,
Uh,
JK out, so can fire up Harvey. Um, but I just
you don't
something
trust
about
it?
Sean Payton,
You've been saying that. You've been saying it all season.
I bet you, like, McLaughlin comes out with, like, fucking half the snaps.
It wouldn't surprise me.
It should be Harvey, but I'm just saying, like, don't be surprised if there's some fuckery happening.
Travis Hunter out for the rest of the season with knee surgery.
I didn't, yeah,
I
that
didn't
hurts.
expect that either. And he it
Yeah, I
looked
don't
like
think
he
any
was
of us did.
starting it looked like he was starting to find his footing as a receiver. I know he had that one big game. I think it was overseas in London or something like that. He had a really nice
Mhm,
game there. But Parker Washington obviously emerges. They just traded for Jacoby Myers. So
mhm.
I don't know how much you could trust Jacoby Myers right now, but those are going to be the top 3 guys at the wide receiver position. Obviously, BTJ is there as well. Now, wasn't BTJ dealing with an injury?
He's hurt too. He's out,
Yeah.
I
So,
think, till week I think they're estimating, like, week 12 or something, so he's gonna miss a few games.
all right. So, obviously, Parker Washington becomes really, really good. It says questionable. He practiced. So,
No. I mean,
it
Parker
says
Washington's interesting, but he did have what was it, a punt return, I believe it was, or was it a kick return? Something
both.
like that, and he scored, what, 2 tutties last week, but
He had a kick return and a punt return.
did he?
Yeah.
Oh, so 2 tutties, not necessarily offensively, but on special teams? Why'd I think
Oh
he
no,
caught a
he
tutty?
no, no, no. Yeah, yeah, he had a receiving touchdown and I think a punt return as well. Yeah, you're right.
Okay,
I thought it
yeah,
was a kick return. Yeah, but 2 touchdowns
alright,
nonetheless.
right, so does that continue on? Obviously, he's getting the targets, but I can't trade him for nothing in Dynasty. I can't get
He's only
you
23.
know?
Now
I don't know
he's
if you
been
I
really
just yeah,
yeah, I don't know.
I can't get
Maybe
him all
people
for
don't
a
really believe.
second,
People
so
don't
do I
really
just
believe
take
you.
a third?
You can. Or you could maybe hang on to him for another week, especially with
Yeah.
BTJ kind of questionable. Also really interesting news. Bucky Irving practiced. What the hell is going on here?
Did he actually practice, or did he just, like, walk through?
We're gonna find out right
'Cause I
now.
thought I read something that said he just, like, did a walkthrough practice. He didn't
Yes.
actually, like
It says limited at walkthrough. Okay, yeah.
okay,
So nothing to get
so
too crazy about. Ricky Pearsall practiced, which was also interesting as well. So maybe I'm obviously Ricky
probably another
Pearsall's been
week.
out for forever. So just interesting kind of practice notes from there. Terry McLaurin still out. So make of that what you will.
Mhm.
Um, Joe Burrow returned to practice.
Yep, I saw that. He's supposed to be back, I think, in the next few weeks.
Real big news there. No
But is that
timetable on
really
Bucky.
helping? And, like, it ain't like
Mm,
Flacco's playing bad. It ain't like the offense ain't producing.
no, but it's still Joe Burrow, and
It is.
obviously, you'll take Joe Burrow over Joe Flacco any day. But Joe Flacco's been really good offensively. So,
Right.
but just some interesting news from the quarterback position. Do, do, do. Yeah, so that's pretty much it on the interesting. I mean, on the injury front. But yeah, man. Just some really interesting things happened on Sunday and Monday. A bunch of my Packers got hurt. Matthew Golden obviously
Mhm.
was hurt. Romeo Dubes got hurt in that game as well. So just not what you want from that standpoint. Our boy Tez Johnson, we had a couple of Tez Johnson questions
We did.
on
We like
Sunday
Tez
morning.
doing it. There's nobody else there. Baker's gotta throw it to somebody, and I know
Kate
the offense
Otten,
hasn't been going crazy lately, but There are
Kate Otten was really good.
some
Mhm.
good opportunities. Dia said Bucky ain't playing. Yeah, I mean, fire up
Yeah, we don't
Rashard
expect
White,
him.
but he hasn't been great lately. But he's giving you a decent floor. Like it's just saving him. Person ain't playing. Yeah, I mean, no news on Ayuk really at all. Either.
Nope.
So
He hasn't even been mentioned, like,
Frank,
returning
what's
to
up,
the
Frank?
practice field. Any surprising games? Oh, what the hell happened in
Um,
Buffalo? Or Miami,
oh
I should
yeah,
say.
I
That
don't
was
know what. Yeah,
crazy.
that was wild. I mean, I'm looking at my Josh Allen teams, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck?
Like, I
I
think
mean,
that was the most surprising game.
Lamar wasn't really good either.
Yeah,
They
but he
still
didn't
scored
necessarily need to
27,
be.
but he
Right, he
didn't
didn't.
really do anything. I mean, nobody really did. I mean, Derrick Henry didn't really even do it. I don't even know how they scored 27 points, to be honest.
Let's find out.
Mm. Mhm.
Field goal, field goal, field goal, field goal, 1 touchdown, 2 touchdowns, 1 Justice Hill touchdown, 1
Yeah,
Mark Andrews
Justice
touchdown.
Hill gets the touchdown and not Derrick Henry.
Can't make that up.
Crazy. Jaden Reed time, yeah, possibly. I mean, he's always been like the best guy there. They just don't feed him enough. Like they just refuse to throw him the ball enough.
Listen, I've always said I'm the real big Jaden Reed fan, but they almost use him in a gadget type role as
Right.
opposed to really giving him if he turned out to be Randall Cobb in when he was early on with Aaron Rodgers, I would love that because he's really, really good, really shifty. You could use him in a multitude of ways. So yeah, Jaden Reed could be worth stashing with return looming.
It's like they don't want him to be. They don't see him as like the main guy or to be the wide receiver one.
But they don't really look
And I
at
don't think
anybody.
Golden really is that either, though. Like it's like who is the guy? It's Tucker Craft,
Tucker
but obviously
Craft,
he's down.
right?
So, but then again, when Tucker
Dukes,
Craft
not
comes
really.
back, is that going to be the same situation? He's just a dude. They're just feeding Tucker Craft.
Yeah, but I feel like when they have their full stable of guys, it's a really good. And I've talked about this for at least 2 to 3 years now. And you throw Christian Watson into the mix. All those guys can make plays, but there's just not one go-to guy. Which I don't necessarily think they need a go-to guy, but they have a ton of injuries, man. Like it's been really bad. So and I think losing Tucker Craft was huge for that offense because Jordan Love has
Mhm.
looked absolutely lost in the last 2 games. Obviously, that first game in Carolina, and then yesterday, Monday, it was just absolutely terrible. And they actually showed, if you watch the game, they were showing on replays where he just missed open
Mhm.
guys. Like it wasn't due to lack of play calling, which I can't. Matt LaFleur is really aggravating me with his game script, but Jordan Love missed at least 3 or 4 throws to wide
Mhm.
open receivers in that game, and that was really the most disheartening thing where I thought he had gotten past that kind of thing. And when you have a championship defense on the other side, only giving up 10 points to a potent Philadelphia offense, you expect to win that game. So that was on Jordan Love mostly. It was on Matt LaFleur secondarily. And they really got to figure something out here because they're in danger of falling out of the playoffs at this point, which I can't even believe.
Cole Softman, yeah, I mean, they are down bad. You would think with Kraft out, yeah, they've got to use Reed, but I don't like have the faith in them like that they will. I mean, they never really have, even though he's shown like he's the most viable option on that offense. Obviously, before Tucker Kraft started emerging, but
He's the most
I just
consistent
don't know.
guy.
I mean, I'm down like buying into Reed for cheap if you could, you know.
Yeah, it's not a bad play.
But then again, like, okay, what's cheap? Like, nobody's really selling them for a third. Like, so you got to spend a second. Is it worth it to spend a second? If you got a few, I mean, maybe.
At this point, I'm not against it, but also again, is the philosophy of the offense as a whole going to change where they're going to actually get
Right.
him 6, 7, 8 targets a game? Like they're trying to run Josh Jacobs, and I love Josh Jacobs. He's been super productive from a touchdown standpoint, but he is incredibly inefficient, that run game right now. I think he's averaging 3.75 yards a carry. That's not going to get it done. So you got to open up
If
the
you
offense a little bit.
if you can't trust the wide
I
receivers
agree. I agree. I
that you
agree.
have, like you're paying Josh Jacobs, you might as well run him through the ground or run the offense through him, which they are. Slow the game down a little bit where, you're not having Jordan Love throw it 40 times, to I don't want to say receivers that aren't capable because they've got like good receivers. They're not great. I don't know. It's just
Yeah,
I just
but
don't even want
you got
anything
to
to do with the
get
Packers
that
offense,
offense
really.
going.
I feel about Brees this week in New England, thinking about sitting them. I have Woody, Chase Brown, or Harvey. I mean,
That's
it's hard to
interesting. I
not go with
mean,
Brees.
Brees looked pretty. He had that big run this past Sunday, 21 for 83, and then caught another touchdown pass.
Right.
So over 120 scrimmage yards for Brees and a touchdown. I don't know. And 21 carries is what I like to see.
Right.
I
I
love
mean,
that.
Woody was okay. He got
Don't think they're
opportunity.
Brees.
Harvey, you've got no JK, so Harvey's a good play. But are you playing him over Brees? Are you playing Brees over Harvey and Chase Brown? I mean, I think
Mm,
so.
I think I'm rolling. I'm rolling Brees and maybe Chase Brown. Yeah. Harvey is interesting, but you don't trust Sean Payton as we've outlined. So I think I'd roll with Brees and Chase Brown, but I'd give
Chase
Harvey a
Brown got
look.
saved by like a ton of catches last week too. But that does go to show you that
Still
kinda no matter
counts.
what the game script is, like, he's gonna be
A good floor.
a
A
good
good
you're right,
floor.
right, right, and Woody's been weird because some games he gets, like, a ton of work, and then some they just don't. Let me pull up Woody real quick. I mean, he's getting at least, like, 10 carries, and then he's involved in the passing game a little bit.
80% snaps last week's
He
season high,
did,
by the way.
he did.
So
So, is this when
that's
it
a good
starts to
sign.
turn? Is it starting to turn where they're gonna give him the majority of the work? I mean, they are playing Tennessee too, so could be a good-ish game script, but then again, you do got Davis Mills.
Who went off in that fourth quarter
Right,
against Jacksonville, by the way. So
right.
yeah, that's a tough one. I think I'm still running Brees and Chase Brown out there, but you can make a claim for all four guys really because they all had
Right,
pretty solid weeks. I mean, Harvey
right.
obviously with the JK injury.
Is Jacobs hurt, or is he just banged up a little bit? I mean, that would be normal of him.
Jacobs is always banged up, I feel like, but he plays through it.
Yeah, he always does. Jacob, what's up, Jacob? 8-2, 12 man can sell Kelsey, DK, Harvey for Bucky and Fannin. Intrigued because I already have Gadsden over Kelsey and Jefferson at Buka, Garrett Wilson, Wandell at wide receiver. Is that a good move? 8-2 can sell Kelsey, DK, and Harvey. You get Bucky and Wait, what? You get Bucky and Fannin? Um, I'm guessing this is redraft, right? Let me know if it's not or not. It's got to be Dynasty. If he's getting Bucky and Fannin for
Yeah,
Harvey,
because
DK, and Kelsey.
yeah, because you wouldn't try and acquire Bucky now. We have no idea if
Right,
he's going to play the rest of the season.
right, 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 right.
It's a
Oh, it
redraft.
is redraft. Yeah, I
I don't know if
mean,
I'm doing that. I would
I
try
don't
and
know
get something
either.
else.
I'd
Yeah.
rather just hold on to Kelsey, play it out. I mean, you do have Gadsden, so you can just play Gadsden, but he is also out for a week or so.
Yeah, that's a
Um,
tough one because we have no idea when Bucky's coming back. So you're going to give up all
right.
three of those
And
just
you
for
just
essentially
got
Fannin.
and then you just got injury to JK like we talked about, so Harvey's going to get more work. DK's
Hmm.
been decent enough.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know if I'm doing that.
I don't think I'm not doing that either.
Dynasty
Not
might be a
doing that
little bit
either.
of a different story, but for redraft, no.
I mean, and then you've also got Garrett Wilson who's hurt. Jefferson hasn't been great.
Garrett
Can you
Wilson's
tier up?
out.
Maybe can you tier up at wide receiver possibly? You know, can you use Jefferson's name to somehow tier up to somebody who might want to just try and make a move?
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense from the standpoint of you're giving up some depth because, like you said, what if Gadsden's out? Obviously, Garrett's out. You
Benson,
can and
JT, and
Art
Saquon. So yeah, so you already got JT and Saquon as a starter. So there's not even really a reason to go get Bucky
right,
or Fannin. Like you've got tight ends already. You've already got running backs. Why take a chance on Bucky? We don't know when
and you are
exactly
8-2. Like you
he's
don't need to
coming
make a
back. I
panic move.
mean, right, right, right. Yeah, I don't think you need to make that move, especially for the price, I guess, too. Fighting solves everything. What's up? Herbert, Burrow, CMC, JT, QJ, Woody, Hendo, Monty, B Rob, Pukatet, Sutton, Higgins, Bowers, Warren, 10 team. 2-2-2 flex, varsity. Okay, I'm 8-2 in first. Is there anyone I should target or sit tight? I thought of using Bowers and Sutton to try for London. He's got Warren, so Bowers is expendable.
Expendable. I'm not mad at that. I love that actually.
Yeah, I mean, I'm good with that. That's not bad at all.
Shit, throw Ted in there if the person doesn't want Sutton. I'd for London right now
Mhm.
and ride that
Yeah,
hot
then
hand
you'd be rolling with Puka and London.
and
And
Higgins.
then yeah, so you got 2 top guys. You got CMC and JT. And then you got 2 flex, so you can throw in there Hendy, Het, Higgins. Like, yeah, you've got options. So yeah, I like it. I'll do it.
Hell
It's a
yeah,
10
go for
team
the
also, so
gusto.
you do want to have more of the higher end players. So if you
Go
can
for the gusto.
consolidate to grab another top wide receiver, like yeah, I'm good with that.
It's a good team right there.
Yeah, go do that. Alex, what's up, Alex? Traded Nico and Barkley for JSN and ETN week 4. What do you think of that trade? I mean, Barkley hasn't been great. Nico's been kind of
No,
banged up. JSN's
and
been on a fucking 2,000-yard mission right now.
I'm good with it. I'm good with that,
So, yeah, I'll
honestly.
take JSN, and I'll live with what ETN has given me, which hasn't been great. He's been a little bit up and down, but he's given you at least decent production because he's getting
Still
opportunity, really,
RB16. So
So, yeah,
that's fine.
it's
Yep,
decent
that's
enough.
fine. And JSN's production more than makes up for whatever you're getting from and ETN is still RB16, which is a,
Right,
mid-tier running back too.
right. Flex Flowers or JMO?
That's a good one. We talk about JMO a lot. We get a ton of JMO questions just because he's that boomer bust guy. We talk about it. So, I
Mhm.
mean, listen, you don't want to not play JMO and he does what he did last week. Now, obviously, Zay Flowers is going to provide you with the safer floor, as evidenced by his wide receiver 24 ranking currently. And he's given you double digits in the last 3 games. He's got 20 targets in the last 3 games. 30 targets in the last 4 games.
And
So,
apparently, Dan Campbell has taken over calling
play calling.
plays. Yep.
Okay.
Um, so it seems like he's trying to get JMO more involved. And instead of just having JMO run these deep routes and we're begging for these deep balls, he's actually having him kind of run after the catch, like shorter, you know, passes to, shorter thrown yardage wise passes to get to him. I think I saw something where he was averaging like 20 yards downfield were the passes he was getting early on. And the
Mhm.
last few weeks it's been like 10, but then he's also gotten at least like 9 or 10 yards after the catch also. So, they're trying to get him the football, get the ball in his hands and use that speed, where he's not just some type of gadget. So I like the upside for JMO, but again, like, is that gonna continue or can he kind of fall away when you do have, fall out the picture when you do have a Gibbs, you do have a Amon-Ra, you do have a Laporta, right? There are a lot of guys to feed there where Flowers is kinda up and down also. You just don't know what we're
Yeah,
getting.
I mean, really interesting and evidenced by the information you were given into the Dan Campbell play calling situation. Jameson Williams over the last 2 weeks, 10 catches on 13 targets for 175 yards and 2 touchdowns. So he's been really, really productive, but it came off the heels of a week 7 bagel in Tampa Bay
Mhm.
where he got 2 targets, no receptions. So he has been up and down, but the last 2 weeks give you a little bit of hope that he could put some consistency together. If you're looking for that upside in a really good offense against Philadelphia this week, who obviously
Mhm.
Philadelphia played really well against the Packers, but that's neither here nor there. Yeah, you could go with JMO. He's on the field a ton, 80% snaps, so he's getting the reps out there. And like I said, over the last 2 weeks, 13 targets. You'll sign up for that. 2 touchdowns as well.
I mean, it is the flex too. So Flowers will give you a good, a decent
And
floor, but JMO can give you that explosive win you
hmm
your week performance at the flex position. You
for
just have
sure.
to be prepared that he can also do, absolutely nothing,
Right.
as well. But that's a chance that I would take at least if I'm just choosing between Flowers or JMO.
Yeah, I agree, especially in the flex.
Billy, what's up, Billy? Billy Bob. Sup, boys? How much weight do you put on a favorable playoff schedule? Actively make sideways moves to seek out those players. Are you actively making moves to kind of seek out those certain players?
Not necessarily because I think really good players are kind of matchup proof for the most part. Now, if you're talking about your second flex, right? If you're talking about a third flex potentially, depending on how many starters, yeah, that's fine. I'll look for the matchup for those fringe guys, but I'm not sitting any of my top picks just because of a matchup, especially if they're going against a really good defense. Say you have JT playing against Cleveland in one of the playoff matchups. I'm not sitting Jonathan Taylor, obviously like that, but no, I'm playing my top guys. But if there are some fringe guys that I'm debating on, the matchup could sway whether I pick that guy or not.
Right. I mean, I'm not necessarily acting to seek some of these certain players out. I mean, if the trade is there, like, it's there, but I'm more looking into these last few weeks of the season, like, okay, what buys do my guys have? Can I do some kind of side moves that way where I can play, I have a player for an extra week, you
That
know?
makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
So things like that where, does my guy have a buy? Can I somehow make a sideways move to a guy that doesn't have a buy so I get that extra week while I'm going into this playoff push? Once you're in the playoffs, I mean, like you said, it is what it is. I'm playing my best guys. It doesn't matter really who they're playing. Now, I do look towards the playoff schedule for defenses that
Okay.
I'm trying to get ahead of time if possible, depending on obviously your roster construction, how many guys you can have on the bench and things of that nature, if it makes sense. I'm okay with stashing a defense a few weeks before. This way at least you have it for that matchup. Kicker, you can argue the same thing. If you obviously we can't tell
Especially
weather
weather-wise.
yet, but we can't tell
Dome
weather-wise
kickers.
until we get up to that point. But if you've got like good kickers that are going to be in domes for those playoff weeks, like that's always a good, idea as
Mhm.
well. But for the most part, not for the playoffs specifically, but I am looking at the next few games as far as buys are concerned and what moves I can make if possible like that.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Apps, what up, Daniel? Hey, fellas, play Knicks or go get Darnold, Brissett, or Mariota.
The obvious answer here, would be Sam Darnold. Now, I know he didn't have a good game, but Seattle just blew is blowing the doors off people, right now. But the best play here is Sam Darnold. Now, let me just check out some of the matchups. For week 11, you got Marcus Mariota taking on Miami at Miami. Bo Nix is taking on the Chiefs at home.
Mm-hmm.
So that's interesting. What the Cardinals got? Cardinals got home against 49ers. And then you got Sammy D at the Rams.
I'm not going
So
Brissett without Marv, I think.
neither am I.
You know, I mean, I love McBride, but it's hard to, yeah, it's just not Mariota. I'm not
I'm not messing
either.
with Mariota either.
So it is between Darnold or Nix. Nix obviously gives you that little bit of rushing upside there. But Darnold going against the Rams, can that be some sort of shootout? I know Seattle's defense has been good. Um, or do you just roll with Nix against Kansas City, which I mean that could be some sort of shootout too.
Now, for context, Bo Nix currently QB6, Sam Darnold
Right.
QB16, which I find that interesting considering how well he's actually really played. And I think that's mainly due to a little bit of that rushing upside. So Bo Nix, if you're just going by
And the bye.
the
Darnold had his bye already.
yeah,
I
that's
don't think
true.
Nix had his bye yet.
No, he didn't. He has a week 12 bye.
Okay.
But yeah, Bo Nix is buoyed by a little bit more rushing up. I should say a lot more rushing upside compared to Sam Darnold. But Bo Nix coming off not a great game against Vegas. So make
No.
of that what you will, but he was
Do they
pretty
lean a
good.
little bit more on the pass though, since JK's out?
It's possible. And RJ Harvey's a really good in the pass game as well. So that gives you another extension. Troy Franklin has emerged as a real viable target for Bo Nix. It might be Bo Nix here. I would
Yeah.
have tended to lean Sam Darnold just on the surface, but taking a little bit of a deeper dive into it, is it Bo Nix?
I think
Kind of
I think it's Bo. I
think it's
think
Bo
it's
Nix as
Bo.
well.
But that's not it's close enough to where it's a good
It
conversation.
is.
And I'm not mad if someone wants to go Darnold, but give me Nix in this situation.
Yeah, I'm leaning Bo Nix as well.
Spartacus, what up, man? Hey guys, I need to pick one player, and I'm undecided between Troy Franklin or Sean Tucker. Thoughts?
That's a good one here, and I'm leaning Troy Franklin. I can understand the Sean Tucker talk right now, but I don't know if I know Rashad White is getting obviously the bulk of the work there. We have no idea when Bucky's coming back. I'm going to go Troy Franklin here. He's really emerged as a really, really viable target. I actually pulled him off my taxi squad in one of my dynasty leagues because he's just been that good, and he may be going into my flex pretty soon. So I'm going
I
to
mean,
lean Troy Franklin here.
it's a good opportunity to trade Troy Franklin
Yeah,
as well right
yeah.
now, whether it's redraft or in Dynasty. Now really is that kind of opportunity in that window where you can kind of move off them if you want to. I don't think it's particularly close. Sean Tucker hasn't done jack shit really.
That's good. That's funny.
But no, I mean, in all serious, I mean, 6 points, 10, even with a touchdown, 10 points. Like he's not getting the receiving work. You know, Rashard White is getting that, and he's not getting a ton of carries. So give me Troy Franklin, who's been, what do you have, 9, 9, 10, 11, 10
Yeah,
targets the last few games. Like,
yeah. He's got 37 targets in the last 4 games.
yeah, give me the opportunity, give me the targets. Yeah, for sure. I appreciate you, Spartacus. Yeah, throw all the questions in the chat here. We'll get to all the questions if you throw them out there. Appreciate everybody coming out. Smash the like, smash the subscribe if you're new. Appreciate you. Simpson, what up, Jay Simpson? We worried about Brees this week. Can't decide whether to flex him, Juwan, or BTJ.
I mean, Brees was good last week, and he was good the
Yeah,
week before that. So
yeah.
I'm not that worried about Brees. He's got 39 carries in the last 2 games, over 200 total yards of offense, close to 250 in the last
Mm-hmm.
2 games on
Garrett
39
Wilson's out.
carries. Garrett's out. No, I'm good with Brees
They might
Hall.
stack the box, but I'm still taking the chance. I mean,
And
Juwan
he's
was good
dynamic.
last week. I believe he scored a tutty too. BTJ a little
Banged
injured.
up.
We got to watch
Hmm.
on him. Make sure he's even gonna play. But Let's see. Juwan Jennings. I mean, 9 targets last week, 6 for 71. I mean, he hasn't been over 100. Hasn't been great, but it's a decent play. I mean, it's either between Brees and Juwan for sure. At least I feel. I'm not playing BTJ until I can kind of really see it. But I feel like Brees is he does give you a ton of opportunity. But I'm not mad playing Juwan either. Just gotta hope he gets that tutty.
Yeah, I'm still rolling with Brees Hall here. Looks like they're committed to giving him the ball.
I do have JSN and McBride, Sutton for stacks.
I think that was the Bo Nix Sam Darnold
Okay,
question.
yeah. I mean, I'm not going crazy about the stack thing. I mean, I'm sure Darnold throws a tutty, at least one tutty to JSN, which hasn't been uncommon this season. But
Yeah, I still think we're gonna roll with Bo Nix there.
I mean, JSN is just a beast.
He's awesome. No, he's
I
awesome.
mean, listen, to be fair, and we talked about it back then too. I mean, they try to all tell us, Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, they try to tell us that JSN was the best one out of all of them. And nobody listened at first. But now it's just coming to fruition. So
Well, to be fair,
good
Chris
for
Olave has
Jason.
been really good, and
Chris
Garrett
Olave's
Wilson's
been
been really,
awesome.
and Garrett
Not
Wilson
saying that
obviously is
they're
still good as
not
well.
saying that they aren't, but JSN's better. Billy, chances Burrow is fit for the fantasy playoffs. If he comes back, I
Yeah,
mean,
we just don't
he's got
know.
the weapons. He's still Joe Burrow. I mean, is he going to be? Are you going to feel comfortable playing? I mean, depending what your other options are, like do you just throw Burrow right in there? I mean, if you got Daniel Jones, do you play Burrow instead of Daniel Jones? Probably not, or at least not right away. I mean, Joe Burrow comes out and throws for 350 and 4 tutties, then all right, we're having a conversation. But
Or even a Bo Nix. Bo Nix is QB6 right now.
yeah,
Like, so it's basically says he returned to the practice field. The team is working on ramping him up for a return sometime within the next 3 to 4 weeks. So that looks like a real possibility that Joe Burrow will be a viable option during the playoffs. So, but I think you hit it right on the head. What are your other options, right? If you're rolling out, a Jordan Love, if you're rolling out a Sam Darnold, you're bringing Joe Burrow back, like
right,
in those types of situations. But
right.
if you're rolling out, like you said, that's a really interesting one. If you had Daniel Jones, who would you pick in your first round of the playoffs? Are you rolling Daniel Jones or Joe Burrow? That would be really interesting. And I'm sure we're
Mhm.
going to get a lot of Joe Burrow questions. And he's got Danny Dimes and Brissett. So he's got Dimes and Brissett. So boom.
Yeah, I mean,
That's a pickle.
you know, I think
That's a
for the
pickle.
first game, it's fair to just throw out Danny Dimes and feel comfortable you're going to get top 10 production at least. And,
Yeah, man. Daniel Jones
leave it at that.
currently sitting QB5. He's been awesome. He's been awesome.
Caps said, even though I have the Thursday night football curse, Hendo is a must start, correct?
Hell yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
I mean, you have to. You have to. He's
Hell
been
yeah.
he's been awesome. I mean, we saw it in the preseason, and then they fucking just duped us all. They just, gave us blue balls about it. Was like, hey,
Mhm.
this guy's awesome. You see what he can do, but we're gonna play Stevenson instead. It's all right that he fumbles every fucking game, but Hendo just it's not your turn yet.
It is now.
And now they unleash him, and you can see what he can do and how fucking fast he is too.
Yeah, I went against Hendo last week and he just absolutely scorched me for 30 points.
Mm-hmm. Philip said the
Bro,
only JSN share I got from you, Stevie. It's been nice. I got Brissett in that trade too, bro. I don't even remember that trade. I can't remember it. When did I trade JSN away?
that's not like you.
Did I do it for? I might have did it for Jaden Daniels. I can't remember. No, it's not like me. So I had a fucking good reason to.
That's
I
another
can't.
interesting one that Frank threw out there, but yeah, trading JSN's not like you because you knew he was gonna get the opportunity.
Yeah, I can't remember. Oh, yeah, I did. Oh, yeah, that was bad. Reset, JSN, I got back 2, a second and a fifth, that was bad. I must have been desperate for a
Ooh,
quarterback.
or Hyde.
Think I was desperate for a quarterback. So yeah, see that didn't turn out good. And sometimes trades just don't work out, but there's a reason and rhyme behind the trade, and it is what it is. I can't remember what I did. What am I even in that league? Oh, I think, and then I traded Tua and something else, and I wound up getting Jaden Daniels. So I got rid of JSN, but in return, somehow I got back, I believe it was Jaden Daniels in that one. And now he's been hurt, so that's been killing me. So,
There's nothing you can do about that. And in a Superflex Dynasty league, you want the Jaden Daniels,
and obviously
especially at that particular time.
this was before JSN blew up, obviously, this season. But I've got him in a ton of leagues, so I was okay trying to just making a move there. Diaz said, "Give me back Joe Flacco." Winston gonna start the rest of the season. Bet, yeah. I mean, Flacco's been awesome. Jameis is coming in. I mean, they've got no
Yeah.
wide receivers really, but
So Frank threw it out there. He got Burrow. He has Goff. So would you play Jared Goff or Joe Burrow? That's another interesting one as well because Jared Goff's been really good.
it's always gonna give you decent production. You
12
know,
wide receiver, QB 12.
you can feel safe about it. But I think we got to just wait till we get out there.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, you would hope that they plug Burrow in like week 14, so at
Just so
least
you
you
could
can
see
get a
what it
week
looks like.
before it's
Hmm.
actually.
Yeah, you want to see what it looks like.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. I got two a second. I think it was a fifth as well. But it is IDP also. And then I wound up using that to get Jaden Daniels. So it wound up working out. It looks bad on the surface, but
The method to the madness.
the method to the madness, of course. But yeah, I mean, bad deals happen. You can't be afraid to pull the trigger. Sometimes shit works out, sometimes it doesn't. You know, as long as it don't kill your squad, or you just got to make up for it. You know, I wound up getting Jaden Daniels, and that was awesome until this motherfucker got injured all season this year.
Sophomore
So
jinx,
it
bro.
wasn't looking good since then, but that's okay. That's okay. All right, what else we got, Hammer?
That's pretty much it. Went through all the injuries, guys that might be taking their place. Not a ton of other news so far. We got the Thursday night game coming up tomorrow, New England against the Jets. Drake May, I've been putting bets in on Drake May. He has
Awesome.
been phenomenal. So I've really become a big fan of Drake May going out there and resurrecting what looked like a really dead Patriots franchise. So yeah, Drake May's been really good. The Jets on a 2-game winning streak though, so take that for what it's worth.
Just to redeem
Um,
myself on a JSN trade, there was
oh,
another
here we
league
go. Here we go. Here we go.
where I bought JSN at some point last year before he started playing well, and I paid uh when JSN wasn't doing good at all. This was in 2024. JSN I got, and I gave up Montgomery and Jacoby Myers at the time. So it was just buying at the right time when he wasn't producing elite.
Man,
Um, and that's sometimes just what it's about. It's just about
the
buying at the
foresight.
right times when these guys are hurt. Like, I mean, I've got one squad where I got Rashid Rice, CD Lamb, Jamar Chase, JSN, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and fucking Puka. And it's just because I bought at the right times. Obviously, you can't buy all those guys at the times they're killing it. It's impossible. But when you buy when guys are injured, right? Malik Neighbors, I mean, you could throw in even in there Kyler Murray as well, but Joe Burrow, right? So it's good if you can buy these guys when the value is down, and then you can always use them or obviously take advantage of trade once the value goes up, but you
Mhm.
need to buy at the right time. The markets go up and down, people are scoring points right now. That's when shit really actually matters, right? In the off season, there's questions about everything. People start thinking about shit. People want the new rookies, and nobody wants the old guys. Nobody wants to buy running backs, and
It's
so you just
the
gotta buy
market
it. You
dictates.
buy right. You buy at the right time. Nah, I won't let that JSN go. Diaz was trying to grab him from me, and I couldn't do it. I was like, "Nah, I ain't making that mistake again."
Mhm. Yeah, man.
Uh, but no. I mean, and even in that league, the crazy thing is even with all those wide receivers, I've kind of been just have a little bit of bad luck. But I think I'm in 3rd place in that league, which is kinda crazy. I've got all the top 5, like, wide receivers, and I'm still
Yeah, but sometimes they don't all hit
Mm.
on the same week. Sometimes you have, and also
Yeah.
too, your other
The scoring's a
production,
little
like
different too. I think it's point per carry and first down, so the running backs, like, score a little more points. Um, I just can't get, I haven't been able to get a stud running back, like a Bijan or a Gibbs, 'cause I'm okay giving up one of my top wide receivers if I can get a running back, but I haven't been able to pull that off yet.
especially with the weighted value.
What would you give for Bucky? I mean, in
In
Dynasty, it's
Dynasty, I
gotta
would
be
say.
he's at least a first, at least like a mid first. Would I wanna give up a mid first? No, I'm not giving up a mid first for Bucky. Like, what would I give up for Bucky? I mean,
Second plus, maybe?
I would like to give up a second plus, but it's gonna be hard to not pry him away for at least a late first, you know? But I always say, like, if I'm gonna give up a first, like, I might as well go all out and, like, just pay for one of the higher guys?
Yep.
But that's the tough one.
Yeah, that is tough, especially because he is injured. We have no idea if he's coming back this season. Obviously, Dynasty, the value is going to be a little bit different, but yeah, man,
Mhm.
it's really tough. So you would start with the second plus. You want if you especially if you're giving something up for Bucky, start off with the second plus. See if you can even get to the table with the second plus and go from there.
People love Bucky. It's hard to even to get to the table without.
I love Bucky.
Unless you've got a running back that you're giving up that's not too far behind Bucky where, like, a second makes sense, but Diaz says, "Stevie froze me out, would not take Neighbors for a wide receiver in that league." I'll remember that. It just didn't make sense for me to take Neighbors, like, I'm competing, like, I couldn't do it. Yeah, point 0.5, PPC, so yeah, it is a huge, PPC, but I'm glad
Yeah,
I have, like, the wide receivers, I'm
to
glad I have the wide
negotiate
receivers that I just
equity.
have the value in them where now I
Hmm.
can go make that move for the running backs, like, when I
Yep.
need to, even though
Yep.
I haven't really been able to grab any of those guys, but would you give up for Javonte?
That's a
'Cause
more
Javonte's gotta
interesting
be a
one.
second because we don't know if he's getting re-signed with the Cowboys, right?
Right.
You would love
Right.
him to. I would think they would, but are they going to? You just don't know. So it can't be really a first really for Javonte, but yeah,
He's still
people want a
only
first plus.
25 years old.
DS said people want a first plus. Yeah, it is absolutely crazy, what people want. There was actually I was looking through Keep Trade Cut today, actually. Just looking at some of the values of how the community has shit right now. And there was something that I thought was wild, and I think it was actually where was it? I gotta look through it, but let me refresh this shit.
Who are you looking for, Bucky or Javante?
Jackson Dart's up at QB9, top 10
Jackson
QB,
Dart's.
which
I feel like that's
he's been
accurate,
balling.
but the injury thing is very concerning with
Injury
him.
thing is concerning. Can't remember who it was. But yeah, people love Bucky. They want, more than a first for Bucky. He's hard to buy. He's been hard to buy, ever since last season. So
And he started off this season really good. He was a top 5 running back in the first month.
Mhm. Boom, boom. See. All right, what else we got, Hammer? Throw any last questions you guys got in the chat before we hop up out of here.
See, this is the shit that pisses me off because I'm looking at Sleeper right now, and and a quote from Falcons head coach Raheem Morris. Tyler Algier is the least talked about superstar on our football team. This is the bullshit I'm talking about. This,
The fuck
this
did
is the
Arthur Smith give him? Arthur Smith put some fucking voodoo spell on this month.
what does Tyler Algier have on this coaching staff? I need to know.
Yeah, Diaz, that's like the biggest thing is that what he's actually really worth, like you can't buy him for that. Like nobody's giving up Javonte for less than a first. You're absolutely right. Like
Especially the
that's
way
the
he's
only
playing.
way that you can buy him. And it's like, all right, do you pay that? I mean, if you're guaranteed a top 4 team, like I feel like if going late into the season, like and you still
Could
got your
put you over the
first
top.
right before
Yep.
the playoffs, I'm okay with doing that. I'm okay with doing that. Traded Javonte for Kyron and Rashid Shaheed.
And
Was that redraft Yuka?
Kyron's been really good from a touchdown perspective. Not so much in the yardage production, but Kyron's
Right.
still, I think Kyron's 6 or 7, 9. He's currently RB9 with the bye. So
Robert.
Kyron's been really good. I'm not mad at that. There's not much of a drop off from Javonte to Kyron at this point, and Kyron's getting the touchdown upside as well. So I'm not mad at that. And you get Shaheed on top of it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really care for Shaheed, but
I'm just saying, just
Robert.
an extra
I know.
piece.
That's true. Robert lost Garrett Wilson, need to fill the last flex spot, half PPR. Shaheed, Tracy, Ferguson, have McBride as tight end 1. Ferguson's interesting because shit has dipped, I guess, since CD came back. Gave us a literal fucking donut, which was crazy. And then I think last week, I think he had like 8 fantasy points or something like that.
Yeah, 10. 7 targets though.
7 targets. So not too bad. I mean, he's getting some work.
Not the work when
Tracy,
CD was out.
right. Tracy splitting work obviously with
Singletary.
Singletary.
But also
He
no
did he did
Jackson Dart to siphon off carries now
he did have
this
14
week.
carries last week. They are going against Green Bay though also.
And then
Not
Shaheed, brand
crazy
new in
involved in the
Seattle.
passing game, so I don't know.
It might be
That's a tough
Fergie.
one. And Shaheed, I mean,
Just got to Seattle.
just got to Seattle. It's going against the Rams, so is that? I mean, he played 34% of snaps last week, so he is kind of learning everything new. I don't know how comfortable I feel playing
I
Shaheed.
agree. I agree.
You might just want to go either Tracy or Ferguson, and it's probably Ferguson.
Yeah, I'm leaning Fergie here on in this particular scenario. And it's really disappointing, not disappointing, but like if you have Shaheed as you do, he was playing well in New Orleans. Obviously, he was getting the targets, he was getting at least flex consideration on a week in, week out basis, but you can't trust him right now in that new offense. Cooper Kupp is back.
Mhm.
Horton might come back at some point. So, it's hard to trust Shaheed right now. I think the play is Fergie.
Phillips said he's got Jacobs on a contender. Javonte just hit the trade block. He needs another running back. He'll offer the second thing. I mean, listen, if Javonte hit the trade block, you should have a good opportunity to try and buy him. So
Yep.
see
Yep.
what it is. If you got to give up the late first, like I'm okay with doing it. Just try and get back some
Agreed.
kind of backup shitty running back or something like that, and I'm good.
Yeah, and if you're running Javante and Jacobs out there, that's a really good 1-2 combination from a production standpoint.
Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. That's a good combo.
Diaz said he traded for Bijan 3-4 weeks ago, so really it's his fault. They're running
And that's when
Algier.
Bijan went belly up production wise from what
I've
he was
got
doing in the
fucking
first month.
Algier everywhere. The amount of Tyler Algier I have is
We
crazy.
talked about that on Sunday. Yeah, you literally have him everywhere. I think I was playing you last week or something, and
You know.
Tyler Algier runs in. I think he ran in 2 touchdowns when I played
Yeah,
you.
and I won the fucking week when I'm trying to lose.
It's insane.
Philip said he
Mm,
gave up the late first for
mm,
Jacobs. All right, so he doesn't have a first. All right, well, I mean,
mm. So you
got
might have to
seconds
go
to play
second
with,
plus.
but
Mhm.
see what that team wants or needs. I mean, if they're giving up Javante, I'm guessing they're not making the playoffs, so maybe it's some young players, will get the job done.
Yep.
So feel it out, see what you gotta do to get that done.
Bijan hasn't had a touchdown since week 7, and he hasn't had a rushing touchdown since week 6. What the hell is going on?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Still
Jonathan
RB5,
Taylor,
but
on another note, like, if you're not contending, I mean, fuck, you can get whatever the fuck you want
get a haul.
almost for Jonathan Taylor. If you're not a contending team, if you're contending, you're keeping Jonathan Taylor, go win your ship. But if you're not contending, like, this is a great opportunity
To
to come off of Jonathan
reload.
Taylor. I mean, we talked about Saquon before the season, a ton about just trying to get rid of Saquon. Not because we don't like him, not because he's not gonna do good, but to have another 2,000-yard season was gonna be tough, and he hasn't been what he was last year. So,
He hasn't even been
there's
good.
an no, I mean, you had opportunity to sell Saquon for basically whoever it was you wanted also. We talked
And it
about tearing down just even a little bit to some of these guys.
and the crazy part is we talk about this all the time. We talked about it with Christian McCaffrey. We talked about it with Josh Jacobs a little bit a couple of years ago. These guys that come off these massive workload seasons, Saquon Barkley last year, they're just never the same the next year. Like
Mhm,
that workload. Now, there's other, factors that go into play. The Eagles offensive line isn't as great, et cetera, et cetera, but it's just the nature of the beast. So, yeah, man, I couldn't agree more, especially if you're, in the bottom quarter of a league and you can get off of Jonathan Taylor and you could basically reload your team in one season.
mhm. Mr. Pakes a lot. What up? What's good, brother? It's been a while. What the fuck happened to Jordan Love? Hammer, I need some answers. We
I
did
you know
talk a
what?
little bit early in the show, about Jordan Love, and I mean, fucking Diaz right here. This might be on the money. Jordan Love is the black T-Law.
You know what? You know what, Diaz? I'm not
They
even
gave
gonna
us
get that
they
upset.
they 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 flirt with us and give us that one top 10 season, and then they just are
It's really frustrating because Jordan Love was really good, obviously, that first season. Last year, he was just a little inconsistent, but they still won a bunch of games, and they're still winning games this year. Obviously, not the last two. But it's just there just seems to be a disconnect between Matt LaFleur and Jordan Love. And the frustrating part is that you can see the weeks a la Pittsburgh Steelers. I think he had 20 straight completions. He threw for over 350 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Everything looked clean. Obviously, he did have his boy Tucker Kraft. There was still some guys. I think Christian Watson had come back that game. That was his first game back. So I don't have one specific answer. I don't like the play calling philosophy with Matt LaFleur going basically run, run, pass on 3rd and 9+. I don't like that formula. There's not as much creativity offensively. Now, I know the offensive line has taken some hits. Our center just went down. He's on IR, out for the rest of the season. So the offensive line continuity hasn't been the same as it was last year or the season before. So that's a little bit, and the running game hasn't been efficient to take some of that pressure off of Jordan Love in the running game. So teams are basically saying, we'll give Josh Jacobs 4 yards a carry and we're not going to get beat deep. They're basically playing covered, too high safety, and they're not giving up any of the deep plays. But if you're an NFL coach and you're a $55 million quarterback, you got to be able to figure that out. So there's no excuses. I'm really fed up with Matt LaFleur more than I am with Jordan Love, but you can't give me what you're giving me from Jordan Love. And they still have playmakers out there. Luke Musgrave is a solid tight end. Christian Watson, for what everybody says, he can make plays. There were a ton of drops in that game, but it was on Jordan Love, and he's been bad. There's no way around it. So Hopefully it gets better. We do have a really good matchup against the Giants. I think 30th ranked pass defense coming up this Sunday, which I will be at, as I said earlier. So hopefully we get some answers, but yeah, it's not looking good. And Diaz, I don't appreciate the black teeth law comment, but it might be spot on. I'm done. I'm done.
If the shoe fits, I mean,
All right, enough. All right. Pissed off
how do
as
I
it
feel
is.
about JJ McCarthy? I don't fucking know. I mean, he's just gotta be good enough. I mean, he's throwing for what, like a little under 200, maybe a tutty here, tutty there. I mean, I don't know. I mean, he's trying to get Justin Jefferson the ball. Shit, it hasn't been looking pretty, but he is basically a rookie. He's only played a few games. Like, he hasn't been out there long. Like, it's gonna take a little bit for him to feel comfortable, for the offense to really kind of get going. And I feel like he got hurt also. So then we were
Mm-hmm.
rolling Wentz out there. So we just haven't really had a ton of games where that continuity to really
Consistency.
kind of could be consistent and get on the same page with everything. I think when it's all said and done, like, he's good enough to be the starter. Is he going to give you Sam Darnold numbers? That like, I don't know. I don't know. There's just a lot of unknown, but he does have a little bit of that rushing upside. So can he be a top 15 to 20 fantasy quarterback? But I mean, we'll see. The one thing I do like about JJ McCarthy is he's got some heart. He's a sort of kind of dog kind of guy. He wants to. I don't know, but I just
Now let me ask you this really quick
Justin
before we get to the
Jefferson's
next.
been shit. I mean,
Let me ask you this: knowing what you know now, would you have re-signed Sam Darnold?
that was always going to be the smartest or better move, but for cap space purposes, for all those things, I'm sure there was a ton of things that went into obviously that decision. But Darnold did choke like when it did matter the most for us. So like I understand trying to go to a young quarterback, especially when you have like other pieces around him where because that's typically when it happens, right? Those Super Bowl kind of runs where they've got somebody on a rookie contract, typically the quarterback, and they're able to pay all these other players. You're able to just do a lot of things.
True, true.
But I don't know. I mean, we ain't winning the Super Bowl, I'll tell you that.
But you need to
Unless he
develop.
fucking somehow turns this shit on, but I mean,
Yeah, they got the pieces for him to develop. He just needs to be on the field consistently. Like I think that's
right.
the biggest thing to start.
That
Give
is the
give
biggest
me a
thing.
consistent stretch of, play out the rest of the season, see what it looks like. You have a full training camp and then you start fresh next year, but he has to play a full season for you to really be able to
Mhm.
truly evaluate what you think.
Any thoughts on Kamara? Has been a headache. Playoff schedule looks promising. Yeah, he has been shit. I think
Um,
he had a good last game, but um, oh, it's tough. I mean, the offense just is not good. Quarterback play is not good.
yep.
It's just a tough situation.
My question is, what are your other options?
And he's
Right?
not
Because
getting 10, he's not getting 10 fucking
targets.
uh not getting 10 targets a game either. So it's not like you can rely on that to give you like a
Hmm.
decent floor. Like,
Yep. Yeah, I would definitely say what are your options and then kind of make the decision from there.
Dart without Dayball or McCarthy. Oh, it's the rest of the
Jackson
season, it's
Dart,
got to be Dart. I mean, it's not
not even
even.
close. It's not
Yeah, it's
close.
not. I mean, Dart's been like a top 5 guy. Like, it's been ridiculous what he's been able to do. Now, does he
And
continue to do that going forward, or does he need to calm down a little bit with the rushing, make sure he stays healthy? Like, you
and the
know,
crazy part is that he hasn't had Malik Neighbors and Cam Scatterbo
Mhm.
went down and he's still been really good. So
Right.
Jackson Dart is the guy. Yeah, in this scenario.
Y'all gonna have any dynasty leagues next season that we can join? Yeah, we should be starting up one. We try and do at least one a year. We didn't. I don't think we did one. We didn't do one for this particular season, but we probably open up another one.
Yeah, if we could get enough guys. I also don't want too much bleed over from other leagues. So if we could get a fresh 10 players to give
Yeah, no,
everybody a shot in there,
we get a fresh 12 easy. It's just a matter of getting everything set up.
feel you.
All right, we're about to get up out of here. Appreciate everybody coming out. Smash the like for us. Smash the subscribe if you're new. Appreciate all of y'all's good luck this week. Good luck tomorrow if you got whoever you got going.
Yes,
And then
sir.
we shall see you Sunday morning.
I will be so I'm not gonna do the Sunday show because I will be at
Okay.
MetLife for Giants
Oh, that's
Packers.
right. That's right.
But
That's right.
I will send me the link anyway, and I'll pop in because the show's we'll do the show at 11:30. So I'll be in the stadium at that time. So I'll pop on for a few, check everybody out. And then yeah, man, I'll definitely be on Wednesday. But yeah, have a good week. Remember tomorrow, Jets, Patriots, and make that playoff
Mhm.
push.
Let's go. Let's go Hendy, baby.